Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike Babcock here. Our guy Mojo will be back with us in just a few minutes, but I am so excited for this man right here. If you watch Hard Knocks, like you obviously saw Oz Pearlman, the absolutely incredible mentalist who just shocked, floored the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers, of course, their star quarterback. Oz, thank you so much for being here. How are you? That was
Thanks,
a lot of
Mike.
fun to watch.
Oh, appreciate it, man. It was awesome. It was surreal to be on HBO. That's one network I've never been on. And to get in the room with the Jets, I'm a New Yorker. We had a lot of fun at their training camp, let me tell you.
Yeah, I know you've done this in the past. I've watched you, I think, with the Seahawks, with the Bucks, with other teams out there, with the Ravens. Aaron Rodgers, particularly, he was just dumbfounded. Did not know what he was watching. He looked to be in complete another shock when this all went
fun
down.
when you get the QB in, because the QB, right? Our quarterbacks are used to calling the shots. So when someone gets in that room and starts calling the shots on them and blowing their mind, I would say some of them have a tough exterior. You got to get through that shell, but once you get in and they you see that smile and him being like, what? And he also sat way back. So if you want the inside scoop, we get there and, they're shooting Hard Knocks and we tell the coach, because they want to use certain players in it. I want to use everybody. It's very random. I don't know these guys. I've never met them, but we're like, can you get Aaron in the front? Because we want to get some clips of him. And Aaron sat in the back row, my man. So we walk up to him like, Aaron, you want to do this? And he was gun shy. But then once you get something that blows his mind, he cut loose. He opened up.
You're working with a lot of big and powerful guys there, obviously. You ever have somebody who is like so shocked and is actually like scared of this ability that you have, Oz?
Oh, so if you guys want to see a good clip, last season in partnership with ESPN, I got to give a big shout out to my man, Adam Schefter, who made all this happen. I love working with ESPN on these. They've been so good to me. We did one for the Seahawks, and I love Coach Pete Carroll, man. He's just a character and a half, lovable guy. He brought me in, gave me this big intro. You've never heard a room shake like 90 men that are 300 plus pounds going, O's. Like this room was shaking. They're like, get in there. I run in, man. It's like high fives down the line. And I had a guy who literally just didn't even react. Just if you want to watch this clip, I don't want to ruin it, but I had him hold his hand out. We held hands and I told him, think of anybody you know. When he opened his hand and looked in, he looked like he had seen a ghost. He went, he packed his stuff. He walked out of the training camp. Like he left the room. He packed his stuff. Guys, if you haven't seen this, watch that clip. Type in Seattle Seahawks and my name, Oz Pearlman, looks like Oz. And just trust me, it's a minute of your time. He just walked out the room.
That's incredible. Why have all the football teams and the sports organizations, why have they had you come in, Oz? It seems like you're a huge hit with the sports franchises.
You know what? I think it's a real win-win because these sports teams, they want to build morale. They want to have some team building in the room. And you know what they're doing every day, day in, day out is get inside people's heads, right? Let's say you're a cornerback, you're a safety, you're watching your opponent, your coverage, everyone in there. This is what they do for a living. I just do it in a different way. So it's a great kind of motivational thing for the team. They all have a blast. It gives some team cohesion, right? It humanizes, especially to the fans at home who see these guys in a different way. But suddenly when you get to see them reacting and acting almost like kids again, like seeing that Aaron Rodgers, like, oh my God, like that sense of wonder and awe, I think really appeals to the viewers. I think it appeals to the team, ownership, the coaches. It's a win-win for all of us. I love doing it. I love, meeting these excellent, great athletes and having a blast with them.
People, when they don't understand how something works, they want to look for reasons that, hey, this is not real. They're using camera tricks, they're editing. What do you say to any of those people?
I love that. I love the haters, man. Just keep flooding my comments with how fake this is. And I'm like, I like when people say that to me where they're like, there's going to be one. I'm hyping this. Adam Schefter just put this out on Twitter. We've got a bunch of other teams coming up. The Hard Knocks, I don't want to knock it, but the stuff that's coming out soon, and I'm being 100% real with you, is going to blow this away. Like, this was amazing, but I have a couple things that I've been planning for a year that are like bucket list. I'm about to do something with Joe Burrow that I'm telling you right now is going to break the internet. Like, you are not going to believe this. And I swear to you, say that it's fake. Go ask him. I don't have enough money to bribe Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy who was sitting in the audience and wanted nothing to do with me. Right. Everyone said, you're probably not going to get him to be in the show. And I go, watch and let me do what I do. Because my job is to get inside people's head. That's what I do. And wait till you see this one. We got stuff with the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons. Love the Packers, man. Matt LaFleur. Jordan Love. We had a bunch of Aaron Jones. I don't want to spoil too many. And then my alma mater, we went to University of Michigan, brought it back home, and I cannot wait for you to see what we did with the Wolverines, which me and Adam Schefter, both Wolverines. So there's so much stuff coming up this football season.
If you're doing stuff that's better than last night, buckle up. I cannot wait.
I loved last night. Don't get me wrong. I love the Jets.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, as the guy who's doing this stuff, there's a couple things I did there that I can't believe how well they went. Like, I'm in the room and I'm blowing myself away. So when you see this, I can't wait. I can't wait for people to see it.
Oh, before we start to wrap, I know you've also worked with, outside of football, you've worked with a bunch of other big celebrities too. I've seen you with Mike Tyson and a ton of other people from the entertainment world. I don't know, is there anyone that you sort of get starstruck by, or anyone that you've performed for?
I got to tell you, I had a moment with Larry David, and as a big Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, this was surreal. It was like, like you're all of a sudden your life is a movie. You're like pinching yourself. Like, is this really happening? Where I was doing a birthday party, Larry David's there. And I sometimes, like, I guess stuff, and I sometimes will metal bend. People be like, dude, can you bend metal? Because I don't do it as often, but I'm kind of known for it. So somebody gets, their nicest spoon. I'm like, are you sure you don't mind me messing with this? Some fancy house in Pacific Palisades. I take the spoon and I look at it and it starts bending. And then, Larry David's right there. And everyone, when you do this, everyone wants to see the spoon. Because, you're like, is that a fake spoon? Is that like, they're like, it's my spoon? But everyone wants to see it. So I hand it to Larry David. And Larry David takes it. And like 1 second later, in true Curb fashion, goes, "Whoa, what the hell do you want me to do with the spoon?" And I was like, this is, I could die right now, a happy man, because that's like, I'm in a episode of Curb, and he hands it back to me. It's amazing.
That's so awesome.
You know what, Mike? Let's do something with you, because I like that when people are watching this, and everyone's watching. Always, I see on Twitter, on Instagram, people are like, "Yo, do it to me. This can't work." And you cover primarily NFL, is that right?
Yeah. We do a lot of NFL.
32 teams in this league. And every year, what's amazing about it is you never know what you're going to get, right? There's the Cinderella story. There's the players you didn't anticipate. So I want you to think of right now, someone who everyone's been talking about, okay, or that you've heard a lot about recently, that's kind of like a major star. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you why. Because everyone watching this is going to say, that's an obvious choice. No. How about the person who's underhyped? Now, this is something that you give it some thought and you go, who hasn't really been as hyped? But you see them having a breakout season. And I want you to focus on the player and the team they play for. And I want you to also think of their position. Can you do all that for me right now?
Yes. Done.
Mike, have you talked about this person recently on your show? Is this something where a fan could have been listening to you and like, I know who he's going to pick, or no way?
No, I have not talked to this person.
Here's what you do. Now, everyone asks me, how do you do this? What is this, a trick? It's not a trick. You could be thinking of 32 teams, hundreds of players. Think offense, defense. Think offense, defense. I'm going to go offense. Am I right?
You're right.
Or some right. Because offense is the sexy one. I mean, the defensive players, we need them, but I could see it in your eyes. You're going with somebody who you think is going to have a standout year. And don't say it, but do you know his jersey number?
Oof.
Don't worry. If you don't know, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That makes it more real. If you knew it, people like this is set up. Yo, swear to God, I did not tell you who to pick before we got on Zoom today. You had never met or spoken to me a word in your life before we got on this call.
Not a single word.
Okay. Don't say the team. NFC, AFC. Do you have a piece of paper or pad of paper there so you can write this down so people know you're not just acting or playing along? Write it off camera. Write the name of the person off camera right now. Make sure it is not in view. No one can see what you're writing, correct?
Nobody.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Look this way at me. If we did the Jets, you wouldn't have done the Jets. Too obvious. Don't say anything. Running back, wide receiver, tight end, quarterback. I don't know. You know what? I think the exciting moment is who gets that ball in the end zone. It's not who threw it to you. I'm saying to myself, look at how he smiled. I think I got that. Not a tight end, wide receiver. The Giants, Darius Slayton is who you wrote down, isn't it?
I got to go.
Yo, for anyone listening to this right now, Mike is about to pass out. We might be calling 911 in a minute. It just got real. He's like, Aaron Rodgers, maybe that was fake. But how did you just be over Zoom?
I don't even know what to say. It's Darius Slayton. I am in shock. Jeez.
I think he's 86, by the way. I think he's jersey 86. It clicked in my mind. I'm
yes,
reading.
he is.
I'm reading
Yeah,
your
I couldn't
mind.
think of it.
It just clicked. He
That's
just remembered
incredible. It's I know people won't believe, people that you work with, they'll say, hey, I
Believe
didn't
it.
talk to him before. Anyone out there, I've never talked to O's before, and I did not tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody in here who I was going to write. Just in my head.
Bam.
You're amazing.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having
Oh,
me on TMZ. And everybody, be sure to tune into ESPN this season. We got so much fun stuff coming up. I love the NFL. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to see with the teams, with the coaching staff, hopefully do some stuff with the fans at some point as well.